All right, what's your name?
Old Dirty Thompson.
And how did you get that name? What's the story behind that?
That would be a long story, but sums up into pretty much. If I tell you, I have to kill you. No, it started out with I was in medical school at University of Hawaii, and ended up transporting drugs from Colombia, South America to Miami, Florida, and during which time I became pretty well known and popular for the high purity level and high quantities of imported narcotics, of which I became known to have the ability to import at very random and often intervals. So, so everybody started calling me, "Oh, that's Dirty, man. He got that OD dope, man. He goes to Colombia, he gets that OD dope." And so from there, they called me OD. And this happened to me back in about the mid '90s when OD was a very similar character for a man named Old Dirty Bastard. So from my OD to ODB, Old Dirty Bastard, and Old Dirty Bastard ended up going from Old Dirty Bastard just into Old Dirty, and Old Dirty just into Dirty, and Dirty into Dirt. And so that, besides the fact that I'm hard to probably notice it now, but I'm a little bit OCD and have a cleanliness issue. And Mom always thought it was funny because I happened to be like a germaphobe when I was younger and real bad with cleanliness and picking up, which is you might find rather amusing now that I'll shoot up my jugular vein with a syringe I find on the side of the road. But yep, shit happens.
Are you from Miami?
Born and raised, County Dade, South Miami Hospital. Just like the scab came from there too.
And what was your childhood like?
Um, it was all right. My mom and dad were never married. Mom was a model in Miami, and my dad was a drug dealer from Cuba, and um, they hung out and partied a lot. 9 months later, here I was. My mom decided wouldn't be the best environment to raise children. She already had her master's degree, so she left my father. Middle of the night, took us children, me and my twin sister was all my mom had, and left in the middle of the night and joined University of Hawaii. University of Washington State University, and got her master's degree.
So she took you to Washington State.
Yeah, she took us to Washington State, finished her school there, and then from there joined the military, and we became military brats. Didn't know anything about my dad, and just moved every 3 years until I was lived all over the country and all over the world actually, and till about 16 or 17 when my mom started giving us the breakdown of where my dad might be or what happened to us growing up and what it was, and so started making our way back to Miami and finding long lost relatives, and that's about it. Found them, and
So wait, So you mean you've located your dad?
yeah, I found my dad probably maybe 20 years ago. found him for the first time, but we'd see him maybe once a year for a week or so, just to come vacation and visit. But 90% of the Cubans in Miami live. 90% of Cubans in the United States live in Miami, so I have a huge Cuban side influence in my family here in Miami, and
What was it like meeting your dad?
it was cool, man. Like I said, the apple don't fall far from the tree, so it wasn't too, you know.
So did you build a relationship with your dad?
No, not really.
Do you think that had a deep impact on you?
No, my mom was the best mom in the world. I wouldn't have traded her for fucking nothing for nothing in life. She was my dad, my mom, best mom I could ever ask for. I felt like I had everything I ever wanted as a kid growing up, and she bought me my first motorcycle at 10 years old and taught me how to ride, and grew up with horses and motorcycles and well-off family, and a twin sister who was real successful in her own business ventures.
Are you close with your sister?
I have 5 sisters.
You have 5 sisters.
Yeah, I have a twin sister and 4 half sisters.
What's it like having a twin?
She's a bitch. She's I'm the black sheep of the family too. My mom. She might get in trouble for this, but my mom's a retired engineer from the Pentagon. She works for the Department of Defense. She was active duty military um, for the United States military, and retired and went into government service as a GS-15 as an engineer at the Pentagon.
So what's all that stuff you have there?
All right, we can check it out. Come on over if you want. Xanax, fentanyl. Let's see. Let's go ham. All right, so what beers we have. This would be Xanax. This would be Yerba, aka marijuana. Smells good, what's not? Marijuana is bad, okay? So, what was I saying? What?
Yeah, what's this?
Oh, this is just a extremely large boulder of crack cocaine. But, yeah, dirty, was long story, just being a typical, parentless, adolescent boy running through, streets, raised by a single mom, so not a lot of structure in my life, and taking advantage of it where I could, and but found the lucrative business of selling drugs and how profitable it can be at an early age, and therefore very shortly was making trips back and forth to South America, smuggling drugs, because it paid better than even my medical career was looking. Especially being as by the time it was said and done, I was working for the Gethsemane cartel in Cartagena, Colombia, and I had using the pipeline for the cartel. I would end up buying a kilo of cocaine in the United States right now costs approximately $35,000, and in Colombia, some people think I'm saying this number wrong, but it's not. but you can buy. I would buy 5 kilos for just under $6 grand, and using the pipeline that was already in place, I could get it here pretty. I mean, 99% risk free. It was a fluke. We'll get to that later on how I ended up getting tore off on it, but so at $6,000 for 5 keys, I would wholesale them to somebody. So one handshake, didn't have to do a lot of, drug transactions and a lot of risk, one man, which also limits the amount of people getting brave or ballsy or you know trying their luck, because when you know the deal dealt through one person only, it's a pretty if it's only two people in the elevator and you smell a fart, you know who did it, because it's either you or the other. So it kind of makes things a lot easier. I prefer to simplify my illegal activities in a manner such as so. But yeah, I would have a guy that would give me $100,000 for the 5 keys of cocaine that I spent 5 grand on. So making 95,000 per transaction. If I went once a month, I was making $1 million a year, and seems nice. At the time, it could always be more. It never seemed like enough at the time, but yeah, it doesn't always work out. My Fed number was 78439-004. I did get arrested by Homeland Security and Border Patrol. I was arrested in Barranquilla, Colombia in 2004, and they took a little over 430 something thousand dollars cash from me. Had a couple cars, couple motorcycles, wife, house, everything, but
All right, I'm gonna pause for 1 sec.
no problem. That's the penitentiary main call.
That's what I heard.
Penitentiary main call.
Said that shit. Yeah, don't take your glasses.
Do yours off screen there. Do yours like off screen. There hit. Alright, back where we were.
Yeah, so tell me about your childhood. Did you have a good childhood?
When you like, yeah, I thought my child was awesome. I I guess I was always blessed with extremely high IQ, because I was always hyperactive, ADHD, and the last grade school grade I ever remember graduating was probably 8th grade, and after getting left back in 9th grade the second time, I decided I couldn't hack a schedule and just stopped going. And a few years later, with no classes, no, studying, no nothing. Took my GED test and passed it first time, and after that went and took a placement test in community college and placed in all college level classes, no intermediate, no prerequisite classes, and which to this day my family, you might be hit on that. To this day, my family always wonders how with the 8th grade education did you place in all college level classes, and I agree that that is a legitimate question. You know what I mean? Huh? You what?
Do you know what your IQ score is?
Yeah, I have had it proctored at 141. Huh? That ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. Yeah, they try, but um, my proctored IQ was 141, and yeah, which, like I said, so with an 8th grade education to so it's rather interesting if you were to ask me, but
Did you have a lot of friends growing up?
yeah, I had tons and tons of friends growing up. I was always kind of, I'm a Leo, and I've always kind of been alpha male, and
When's your birthday?
July 31st.
Okay, I'm a Leo too.
What's your birthday?
August 21st,
Oh yeah, the last day.
the second to last day.
That's awesome. Yeah, my twin sister, my son, my dad, my wife are all Leos.
Good people.
Yeah.
What kinds of things were you into as a kid?
I was real big into just adrenaline stuff, motorcycles.
As a kid?
Yeah, I got my first motorcycle on my 10th birthday. I
Wow.
grew up motocross, scuba diving, skiing, snowboarding, skateboarding, BMXing, anything you can think of, anything you can think of.
And who is this, by the way? This is your friend here?
Yeah, it's a good buddy of mine. They're gentrifying Overtown, Miami now, so we're the last of the Mohicans. We're still trying to keep the. Now what we're doing is, since they gentrified it, we don't want the property value to skyrocket. So we're trying to keep it at bay, Yeah, if we all left, it just.
And what's your strategy for keeping it at bay?
Well, what we're gonna probably try to do is make sure we that gets into how much politics can we talk on this show?
Say whatever you want.
Cause there's 3 things you're not supposed to talk to, like, especially women, about: is politics, religion, and abortion.
You can, talk about your own feelings and opinions. It's fine.
All right.
I'm not gonna say there's not gonna be comments disagreeing, but
Of course. And if they want to hear my full comments, they can log into my podcast. But that's what I'm going to do too. I really think. I mean, I've been through a lot in this game. Like I said, this.
Well, I wanna ask you, like, how did you even get into drugs? You mentioned something about your relationship with your dad. Did that have anything to do with it?
No, I didn't meet him until I was about 17 or 18.
Okay. And you had a. So can you talk about a little bit about your relationship with your parents growing up?
I was a single mom growing up. I had a twin sister and a single mom. And I don't know. My twin sister is my only full-blooded sister with my mom and my dad. My dad has 4 other daughters, which are my half-sisters. But I grew up with just my one twin sister. And my mom's side, the white side of my family, is really well off and well to do. You know, my mom and her sister were Ford models and playmates in the 70s and 80s. And my uncle, my mom's brother, and my grandpa, my mom's dad, were active duty Air Force, flew planes. And my twin sister graduated UVA and worked for Condé Nast in Times Square as the advertising director for GQ and Glamour magazine. And my aunt, mom's sister, married a Jewish businessman who she met at the Playboy Mansion, and he's a multi millionaire. And so they're all socialites, and I'm the black sheep of the family here.
How many do you want?
It's up to you, man. You're the sure thing. So yeah, they
Did you have a special connection with your twin sister?
no. She has a different perspective and outlook on life, where she's extremely intelligent too, but she wasn't given the street smarts that I was given. And it's like, I mean, okay, my bachelor's in science is human biology, and I have a National Council for Strength and Fitness certification and a National Academy for Sports Medicine certification. So LA Fitness pays me $49 an hour as a personal trainer, and $49 as a personal trainer, that's not bad money, but I think very few people are as gifted as me in so many aspects of the world, or so many different genres, whatever it may be, to where even $100 an hour, like I said, when I got arrested in Colombia on trafficking, I was making 90 something thousand a month off of one trip a month, which is $1 million a year, flying it once a month. And it's like, the risk, the reward, especially nowadays being from Miami, nonviolent drug crimes are we don't have room in the jails for them, whatever. It's just, I don't know how to get into it and explain it, but it gets really even crazier when you get into the fact that I'm a conservative Republican, yet I live off of government and just building all I can. And it's my punishment for like the people who vote Democrat and feel like that somebody else should, redistribution of wealth or whatever. This is America. I feel like this. If you have more money than you know what to do with, and the person, your neighbor, is starving, should you give him a hamburger? Yes, you probably should. Should you be forced to give him a hamburger? Because it's America, right? That's my bottom life kind of on the belief system there.
Yeah.
You know. I also am okay. It's gonna be kind of hard here too. I'm an extremely kind-hearted, loving person, and I really just, I just love seeing people happy, making people happy. I don't believe in hurting any animals. I don't believe in, causing anybody any pain or suffering anything, unless that person deserves it. I don't know how far into this we got last time at all, but the third law of thermodynamics. Did we get to touch base on this?
No.
The third law of thermodynamics states for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Therefore, for up there's down, for right there's left, for good there's bad, for hot there's cold, for joy there's sorrow, for pain and suffering there's happiness and glee, you know? So the issue is, if every day was hot and sunny and beautiful, every single day ever, it would be nothing but a normal day.
Right, you'd never be able to appreciate it.
At all.
Because you wouldn't ever know what you could be missing.
Right, it's the shitty, cold, gloomy days that make you appreciate that.
Yes.
Therefore, if every day you were happy and joyous and everything was wonderful and you got everything you wanted, it would also be nothing but an ordinary day. It's the days where you don't have, special moments and happiness and glee, or the days where there's pain and misery and suffering involved, that make us realize why and how much we enjoy those special days,
100%.
Now that being said, I'm not a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person. Religion's man-made. Spirituality is each person's contact with their higher power.
So you believe in a higher power?
Definitely.
Who's your higher power?
Don't know. I couldn't tell. I'm extremely science-minded person, and probability alone says if you bet against us being the only life form out here, you don't have a good chance of winning that at all.
Some people might say, if they were to see your tattoos, they might think you have you have a lot of what people might say satanic tattoos.
I do, and I believe, and I almost practice satanic culture, because the same way that there's a lot of people who are good-hearted, kind people, like myself even, who want people to be happy and know there's people that deserve to be happy, that have no bad intention for anybody else on the planet. Those people deserve happiness and joy in their life, some more so than others. But that being said, third law of thermodynamics, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. There is evil people in the world. There's evil, terrible people in the world who prey on children and women and pain and suffering and thrive off of that. There is. Because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
So your tattoos don't represent evil?
They do represent evil. They represent
the reality of evil.
I take it as my obligation for the people in the world who do deserve to suffer. I find it being the most I can to ensure that that takes place for the sole reason that the people who deserve to be happy can have their happiness because they deserve it. The people that deserve to suffer and be miserable because they're evil people, they need to suffer and be miserable. They need that. That's what allows the people who deserve happiness to be happy.
Do you see a lot of evil out here on the streets of Overtown?
Well, as far as the universe is concerned, there's an equal amount as there is good.
So you see good and evil out here.
Remember the third law of thermodynamics? For
Yeah.
every action is an equal and opposite reaction. World wouldn't spin on its axis otherwise.
Say again?
The world wouldn't spin on its axis otherwise.
I agree with that. Do you feel that there's more evil than good out here in this area with, everything that goes on?
No, and if there is, if there is more evil, just evil people, well then those are the people that are going to suffer, allowing the people to be happy, which maybe it's better that they suffer here so that the people that can be happy can be further spread away from the pain and suffering and have their happiness somewhere else.
Well, I see a lot of good people that are maybe dabbling in dark things.
Everyone has a vice. Everyone has a vice. I'm not gonna, I mean, look at me. I have my vices, bro. I have to change the names to protect the innocent here if we're going to get into a Netflix series. But I won't put a worm on a fish hook because I won't hurt animals, bro.
I feel that. I don't even like
Literally.
fishing because I feel
I
bad.
can't take them out of water, bro. It pains my heart, bro.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about you specifically when I say that. I just mean generally speaking, like the people I've met out here, I think are amazing people, but they're trapped by addiction, which forces you to do things you wouldn't normally do.
100%. And that being said too is that there's I find myself to be almost clairvoyant in the fact that I'm a extra sensory person now. Like I feel things in the earth, even based on just reading people and knowing and feeling things that are going on and just open nerve endings, especially sober, that I know a lot, I get feelings of a lot about what's going on in the world. And that's hard to deal with sober because they're raw nerve endings, you understand? It really is, it's a difficult thing. And a lot of people tend to mask it with drugs, alcohol, whatever, just to avoid the face-to-face conversation with the situation.
So a lot of your deep feelings and thoughts, that's a big reason why you use or started to use?
A lot of the reason I started use is because it numbs the pain of being young, learning that people have to suffer in order for there to be happiness and stuff like that. Now that I find that as part of my, mission, that God put me on this earth for, is I'm a kind-hearted person, but there's evil people, man. And the people that prey on children, prey on women, they deserve to suffer, man. Those are innocent children. And I have no problem if I feel that God put me here to make sure that that person doesn't hurt that child or that woman ever again, so that that family can have happiness. When that person has evil in their heart, I'll do that. and it's, I'm such a kind-hearted person. it's hard to do at first, but your skin does thicken up with it, and it's hard. And over time, I've found that to kind of be my place in life.
So how did your drug use start?
Probably the same as most people, just recreational, and yeah.
How old were you when you tried your first substance, and what was it?
Oh, probably 10, 11, 12, maybe alcohol, maybe a little bit of weed.
And what was it like doing it for the first time? Some people try it and they're like, I'm good. Other people try it and they're immediately obsessed with it.
Yeah, I mean it's just like 100%. There's the two main. There's people that are upper stimulant people and people that are downers people. There's people that are heroin addicts and people that are crack addicts. No one's both. There's people that love tweaking uppers and get geeked out. There's people that love mellow and relaxing, and
No one's both?
no.
So a lot of people speedball, which is both.
I do it all the time too, but that's just the original rush. It's if you have people, everyone has an OIC, drug of choice, drug of choice, yeah. So, no, nobody. You're either, junkie or crackhead or whatever, but there's no one's both.
And what's your drug of choice?
Downers, depressants, opiates. I mean, it was just typical, junior high and high school, skipping school, drinking and smoking pot and driving around, getting high, blah, blah, blah. And then the ones that, get too caught up in girls, and maybe I was a little too gifted with the gift of gab and looks or whatever it may be, and a little too quick-witted and, got a little too easy with the girls and took advantage of it and, got steered off track. But I always been able to set my mind to anything I want to do without a doubt in my mind instantly.
How did your drug use get out of hand? I mean, to the point where you're on the streets using? I'm sure it's a very long story.
It is, but to run it down real fast, I've been around the world, and this life ain't easy, and I go really, really hard, and when you go that hard for that extended period of time in those places of the world, you don't just get thick skin, you get scales and armor. And so, I've just got a built-in bulletproof vest, and it's to the point that, it's.
Can you give some stories or examples of what?
Tons. Yeah, well, shit. I've always been kind of fucking batshit crazy, so my problem was that, school. I think everybody was. I feel like everybody was kind of similar in school. Was that? What the fuck is this? Crystal meth. Huh? I didn't know I had a big bag of crystal meth. Damn. There's drugs coming out of my asshole.
You forgot you had that?
Yeah. Huh? What? The fuck that goddamn.
You seem to always have a lot of drugs on you.
I know. I never keep track of it all.
How are you able to acquire that much all the time?
Careful, don't break that. Is that your bag or? My drugs. I'm very, very, very well known in this neighborhood. I've been out here for a long, long time. And that being said, I have a strong belief that you're doing to others as you would have them doing to you type shit. And therefore, what's the first rule of kindergarten?
First rule of kindergarten?
Yeah, golden rule.
Man, I don't know.
Treat others how you would have them treat you, or do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So, it's, I kind of just live by treating people the way I want them to treat me. If I do things for somebody and help them out and do favors for them, and the favors aren't returned, there shall be no more favoritism.
What's the story behind the 14 years in prison?
Trafficking. Like I said, I flew to South America, and my original goal was to recruit European students into smuggling the maletas of drugs through the United States Customs Border Patrol by having being white kids from Europe, and therefore, see, all flags out of Colombia, red flag and check. So, you can't fly Colombian flights from Colombia into the United States because they're all red flag. So you have to find, what we usually do is, with my job, because I'm American and European students are less intimidated, so I'll go to I'll go to South America and recruit college kids from Europe, pay them $10,000 a trip to fly to America, and all they're gonna do is we're gonna fly them to Aruba. They're gonna stay there for a week, and then they're gonna fly to New York. They're not gonna touch any baggage or suitcases. We have people handling the baggage in Miami. They pull the suitcases off. Their flight continues to New York. When they get off there, they get off, don't pick up any baggage, collect their $10,000, and they go on, take the money and run.
What's in that vial there?
This?
Yeah.
GHB. You got it.
And what is this for? What is GHB?
Google date rape drug. Google it on your phone.
I'm trying to get it in focus.
If you just Google date rape drug.
But you take this to get high, or?
It used to be here. I got you. Watch this. Okay, drugs that have been used as date rape drugs include retinol, gamma hydroxide, GHB. GHB is essential deterrent present. GHB is essential nervous depressant, also may called liquid ecstasy, G or soap. GHB, clear, odorless, liquid, and white powder, can be added to drink without a person knowing because of overdose and death. Drunk or high, energetic, playful, talkative, less inhibitive, more sexual, drowsiness, side effects, height, vomiting, trouble breathing, memory loss, amnesia, becoming conscious, unable to move, passing out, lost consciousness. Drug does not stay in a person's system very long. Immediate family doses. Revenue.
And you use it on yourself?
Yeah.
And what's in that? What's in the syringe that's green back there?
I don't know. You want to find out? Yeah, I believe it's Kool-Aid, fentanyl. Oh fuck! What did I do? Okay, I forgot how oh man, I can make a really good shot. I forgot about that. I forgot. I got that kryptonite. Yeah, I got that kryptonite. All right. Okay.
And for those, for the people that wouldn't know, why is there Kool-Aid in there?
Because cocaine is water soluble, and crack is not water soluble. That's why you cook crack in water with baking soda. It's the chemical compound changes. Just like when you have toast, you can't have bread again. Or fried eggs, you can't unfry them. The chemical compound changes. Therefore, goes from a one water soluble formula to non-water soluble. What I'm not liking is how ugly this fucking syringe is. It doesn't have any numbers on it.
There was something that we were talking about earlier, and you had mentioned it in the first video. But you were talking about how doing a shot of your drug of choice, while I guess it would be going through withdrawals.
Uh-huh.
Like how that's the best feeling.
Okay, no, it would be okay if I hadn't done any drugs in a year, and I said, "What's my best feeling I can get right now?" I would probably go with a speedball, maybe an upper and a downer, a stimulant and a depressant combined. You know, and that being said, that would be the best. Being sober, which is not a terrible feeling. It's an hard feeling. To being high, which is a euphoric feeling, to say the least. But that has no comparison on the intensity of being sick as dog shit, praying for fucking death, and all of a sudden having fucking in 2 to 3 seconds the hand of God touching you and make everything feel fucking amazing. It's unbelievable.
And I gotta ask every time. I gotta ask, you're okay with me filming this part?
Sure, yes, sir. Here she is.
What's the immediate feeling from that?
That is a motherfucker. Because that's your jugular vein. Your jugular vein is the most high. Hello. It's the most high volume, high traffic transportation vessel in your body, and it also starts and finishes in extremely vital areas such as the brain and the heart, tending to bypass a lot of the body's filtration systems such as, kidneys, lungs, stuff like that, which, all have a filtration part in preventing toxins from entering your body, or preventing, if that's the word you want to call it, sometimes it's can go either way, but so yeah, it's
Do you feel it immediately?
I mean within 2 to 3 seconds, yeah. And then most people tell you the coolest part about it is that since it's such a direct path, a lot of people me and him, we just used sour apple Kool-Aid because as soon as you push the plunger in, you can taste the sour apple Kool-Aid in your blood in your mouth, yeah, because it's it's in your taste buds.
You know what? Actually, I had an MRI recently, and they injected me with saline. I could
Taste it out.
I could taste it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. The flush. Every time you go get a flush, and every time they flush your vein for whatever they're doing, every time they put something in your vein, they'll flush it when they're done. You get the saline flush. I love it.
I could see you're feeling the effects pretty quickly.
So good, man. Remember too, I've been gone for when did I leave to my mom's house? I left. Let's see when I left to my mom's. I met my mom when I went there. I'll tell you right now, it's just her.
Have you ever overdosed?
Yeah, several times. Mama.
Is there anything you'd like to say before I end this video?
I love you. You don't have a electric scooter e-bike, do you?